Almost 7,000 candidates are challenging 329 seats in the parliament, of that a block must go to female. By the force-sharing framework driven in following the 2003 US-led intrusion, the stance of Main Secretary is restrained for a Shia position. Haider al-Abadi, someone's been in force with 2014, is hoping to win behind the top work. But the nation's Shia bloc has split in 5 main coalitions, manufacturing it difficult to forecast that will go out on upper. Who wins will yet requirement to achieve out to some blocks, consisting Sunnite and Kurd coalitions, to shape a steering association. The following Main Secretary will later person the discouraging problem of stabilizing a nationality scarred by ISIS growth and yet tortured by sect department at a crucial connection in its story. Abadi credited in overcoming ISIS. Abadi, who heads the Nasser, or Win, coalition, is wide credited in Iraq in help to rebuild the Iraq troop and destruction ISIS. He will expect to capitalize on how supporting though as lot voters mourn the absence of enhancement in their everyday lives. Front of the poll, Abadi has desired to expand his coalition to give in considerable Sunnite figures and escape explicit sectarian, and his is the just coalition fleeing in all 18 of Iraq's provinces. For the war versus ISIS, he succeeded in balance the interests of Iraq's strong neighbor, Iran, and the joint state, as considerably increasing relations in Saudi Arabia and increase Iraq's tactful permanent common. But lot Iraqis are as well disappointed by the bounded changing they've seen in their everyday lives. Amongst their complaints are a lack of job opportunities, a fighting economics and crumbled infrastructure facilities, in common force intermittent. They as well mourn impoverished by the government services and sluggish renovation in areas such as Tikrit, Fallujah and Mosul how were desolate in the fight versus ISIS. Corrupt practices is else main question, accused by lot Iraqis for their nations fail to convert the riches of its nature asset in a superior lifetime for all its countrymen. Head rivals. Abadi's head rivals involve ex-Main Secretary Nudi al-Maliki, who leads the Country of Law Coalition. For his 2 regulation in force, of 2006 to 2014, Maliki was wide seen as possessing aloof a big portion of the Sunnite people and by making so possessing produced the land for the growth of ISIS. But he maintains considerable supporting and has shut bonds to Iran. Else considerable candidate is Hadi al-Amri, who heads the Fatah, winning, coalition and as well has powerful links in Tehran, possessing consumable lot of his youthful in expulsion in Iran and fought on the party of the Iranians in the Iran-Iraq warfare. Amri helping team the Hasht al-Shabi, or famous mobilize units, PMU, the substantially Shia, pro-Iranian militant strength how backed the Iraq troop in the struggle versus ISIS. Recent 1 week, Iraq's highest Shia sectarian credibility, Great Ayatollah Ali al-Sistani, forced voters not to re-elect pervert lawmakers and alerted how overseas agendas could erode the nation's capacity to conduct out a complementary and equitable voice. In a televised declaration brought by his member following Friday prayers, al-Sistani forced voters to find out of the history. Escape declining in the pitfall of such who are pervert and such who include unsuccessful, if they include been tested or no, he told. It was al-Sistani's urge for Iraqis to get up weapon versus ISIS in 2014 how led to the create of the Hasht al-Shabi strength, that accountable immediately to the Main Secretary's office space. Safety fears down. There's slight question safety remnant a big question as Iraq prepares for the elections. One applicant, a school prof mentioned Farouk Zarzor, was dead the 1 week in a city close Mosul. He was fleeing for parliament as portion of the domestic coalition led by ex-Main Secretary Ayad Alawi. A representative for ISIS as well forced attacks versus voting stations and voters in unsound communication liberated recent monthly.